Hi there, welcome back to James and James Podcast, where we got all your professional wrestling news. And today we'll be talking about AEW. And what we're going to talk about is the cage match against Jon Moxley and Kenny Omega. All right, I got it right this time. All right, and so talk to us about it. So what did you think about the match? And you could talk from the beginning to the end.
So that match was pretty great altogether. You know, like before the match started, where Kenny Omega got attacked.
Oh, by Clay Wheeler?
No.
Wheeler.
Wheeler.
Ah, why did I say Clay? All right.
From a C to a W.
I know, totally wrong. All right.
And Claudio.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. They attacked him when he was walking out, right? Or
Yeah.
not walking out, walking into the stage.
You know, walking. Yeah.
Walking out from the back, but walking into the stage. Ah, let's see. Got them both right.
Well, while walking into the cage. I mean, but they were attacking him really good. But I guess I'm not sure how they stopped. But I think Kenny Omega just got in the ring with Jon Moxley.
But already. Jon Moxley was already in the cage, right? Yeah, he walked out first.
Yeah, Jon Moxley did. Yeah.
And Jon Moxley, go ahead,
beat him up for me.
I know, soften him up. So Kenny Omega finally gets in the cage, right?
Yes, and I think the match starts and they fight for a little bit. And I think it was Jon Moxley brought out the steel chair.
Oh, yeah, because it was wrapped around that barbed wire, right?
Yeah.
That was a lot of barbed wire in there. Hold on. I got to say this. Barbed wire, you know. I know, we got to keep it safe for the wrestlers. But, yeah, you could tell there was some pokes in there, some spikes.
Very little.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that steel chair brought lots to the match, though. I think it was Jon Moxley used it first on Kenny Omega.
Wait, did he use it on Kenny Omega, or he attempted to?
No. It was Kenny Omega used it first, Jon Moxley.
Yeah, because he was on the floor, right?
Yeah, he threw it. He hit it on his back.
Yep.
And he tried to rub it in also.
I thought he did like some type of maneuver where he got Jon Moxley on the chair.
He did. I'm not sure what maneuver it was though.
Oh, okay, all right. Because I know because after a while, like I'm trying to see his back.
Yeah,
when he's getting up.
Like, is it bleeding or is it not?
I'm like, is it all torn apart and everything? And then he had a couple of dots, and I'm like, okay, well, there must have been something. But I mean, with barbed wire, I mean, I always expected his whole back just to be completely just ravaged through all kinds of blood and everything. But no, it was good.
Yeah, I mean, they both used against each other, but again, like not really bloody, to be honest.
Well, what I'm probably going to do is the next time we go to AEW, I'm going to bring my own barbed wire, a lot of it.
You're going to see what difference it makes.
Yeah, I'm going to throw it in the cage or throw it in the ring and say, don't use that, use this.
And then when you throw it, your hands are all red and bloody.
Yeah, exactly.
This is what your back should look like.
Come here, James, come here. Now, when you get a screwdriver, this is how it's supposed to look. Come here. Because at one time, Daniel Bryan did it to somebody.
It was Kenny Omega, I think, yeah.
Yeah, he had nothing on him. There was nothing.
No, it was a Kenny Omega. It was the cowboy.
Yeah, where it was.
Hangman.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. But there was nothing. I'm like, I expected like the next day.
But there was like a tiny bit of blood though.
I expected like a big old gash, like all right here in his face, he could just peel off. But no, it's like a little dot. And I'm like, oh my God, can you make it a little bit real? You know, damn.
I mean, I guess you're right because they're not PG show. They're like a TV MA or TV-14.
See what usually they do, or some wrestlers do, they cut themselves and they kind of put like glue or something, and then when they do it, then they just bust open again.
Now, do you think you were able to do it to yourself? To go.
Do you think I'll do it to myself?
Yeah.
Well, no. I mean, if I was in wrestling and I wanted, to do something, yeah, I probably will.
I wouldn't be on. I'll be all like. Jake's doing it already.
No. Mommy. All right. So then, Jon Moxley gets a chair on him. He's coming up. It's a back and forth, and I think Jon Moxley got the chair on Kenny Omega too, right?
Yeah, they both used to get each other pretty good, and they were like a little bloody too.
Now, did they have any other thing, or that was
They
it?
did. John Moxley, I believe, was the one who brought in some glass shatters or glass pieces.
Oh, yeah.
He threw it in the ring. And they did some maneuvers on it too, but one missed. I think it was. I think Kenny did a move against John Moxley, and he missed completely.
Yeah. We're like, but then he's like, like, dude, you didn't even touch it.
Like you hit straight Matt.
I know, like, come on, it don't matter. Still hurts. But I thought that glass shards were pretty good. Even though when the ref or somebody was walking on them or crawling on them or something, there was
her hand was hitting it.
I know. I thought to be stuck to the body. You're like pulling them up. No, nothing.
Because I think you thought when Kenny Omega pulled John Moxley pulled a glass piece, you thought it was be thumbtacks.
Yeah.
And he poured out, it was supposed to be glass. You're like, whoa.
I know. Like, it's glass. I'm like, okay, finally, we're gonna see some real blood. No.
No. You know what it was? It was probably like some it was probably some sugar gas, like the glass that's not made to hurt you.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure like it's stuff that they use in the movies.
Yeah, because that glass is not made to hurt you.
Nah.
Like, you can punch it, it won't hurt you, or
Yep.
it will scratch you.
Now, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to be a roadie. I'm going to be one of the guys that go to with AEW all over the place, help them build sets and all that. And I'm going to be in charge of all the barbed
replace
wire.
it with a bunch of real stuff.
No. I'm not going to replace it. I'll add a few pieces and
More
throw
than
some
usual.
in there. And then when they land, I'm like, what the? Oh my God, he's all bleeding. Yeah, see, he made it real.
And then their fan base did grow a lot more.
And throw some real thumbtacks in there. They're like, whoa, what was going on?
Because I'm like the one wrestler that actually went through a bunch of thumbtacks was Chris Jericho. I remember the one match he fought, and they saw like picture. His whole back was covered in thumbtacks.
Yeah. And of course, the main one who done it was Mankind.
Foley.
Yeah, Mick Foley, Mankind. So maybe we should have Mankind be the one who sets all that stuff up.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure he'll do pretty good.
And be back in my day, this is what we did.
When Jigga threw me out the hell in the cell.
Yeah. But and was there any? There has to be. I know there was some blood because some of the stuff did cut him. Was there any other blood? Did they get any other big gashes on their face or anything?
Not the whole match, but to be honest, John Moxley bleeds when you breathe on him. Like he bleeds so easily. And remember Brock Lesnar?
Yeah.
And he will bleed so easily too.
Yep. And again, they do those stuff on purpose to have their cuts open right away, or their cuts it's just they have their blood's thin and it just bleeds easy, So,
But I mean, later in the match though, this is when it gets good though. When John Moxley starts taking apart the ring, the ropes.
That's
but that was
right.
actually one commercial break. So commercial break, I wasn't looking at the match. I was on my phone because it's commercial break. I was like, whoa.
And I told you, what's going on with the ring? I told you, what's going on there?
I was like, what?
The ring's coming apart. He's taking it apart. You're like, what? And yeah, sure enough, he was taking the ring apart.
It was like ropes. He took the whole hook off.
Yeah, you're like, let me rewind this. I want to see what's going on here.
And he uses it against Kenny Omega. And he takes the end of the rope, which is a fish hook, but like a lot thicker and sharper. He puts it in Kenny Omega's mouth like a fish hook.
Oh, yeah. I'm like, all right, some teeth are going to come out. That's what I want to see.
Some blood's going to come out too.
Yeah.
No.
No. Nope. None of that. And I'm like, oh, come on. But it was actually a pretty good match. I did enjoy it. Especially when he did that to the ring.
I know that was crazy, but the funny part is that they stayed for Rampage after that show.
Oh, that's
So
right.
they had to put the ring back together.
Oh, because that was the last match.
Yeah,
That's
for
right.
Dynamite.
Yeah, that's true. So yeah, you're right. They had
So
to put it
for
on.
Rampage, I think in between the shows, it was like 30 minutes to an hour.
I don't do that long. Probably less than that. Probably 30 minutes.
Yeah, 30 minutes. But I mean, to put it back together and then for the case to because I watched Rampage, the case was up there.
Oh, it was.
Yeah.
Okay. I bet you the guys that wrote, he's like, come on. Gee, you know how long it
You
took
could have
us
waited for Rampage.
took us all this time to put it together and y'all just take it apart.
Yeah.
God dang, who script this?
Tony Khan.
Tony Khan. Wow. All right. So, I mean, that was a good match. And then
think
the
it
winner
was,
who was the winner?
John Moxley, I think, was the one.
John Moxley was the winner?
Yeah, if I made a mistake. Yeah.
Yeah, I like John Moxley, but I was actually rooting for Kenny Omega.
Yeah, but actually in that match though, when Kenny Omega went for the pin, Don Callis was the one that stabbed him in the back with a screwdriver.
Wait a minute. Okay, yeah. Because wait a minute, didn't they break through the cage?
Yes, John Moxley did a knee through John Moxley and went through the cage.
Wait, John Moxley threw a knee to John Moxley?
Kenny Omega did a knee to John Moxley and it went through the cage.
Yes, I'm like, whoa.
And they fell hard because that fence is thin. Inside like a wall.
Yeah. But I think Kenny Omega was out and then John Moxley had to get his way out of there. From outside, from in the ring to outside to get him.
This is what threw me off is that usually in a normal case match, when they go out, there's a winner.
Yeah.
Or it's a DQ. And I guess they don't follow the normal
Yeah,
rules.
this must have been some different stipulations, like you said. It was.
Well, I mean, it's a different company. I guess they make their own rules too.
Yeah, so I remember seeing that. And I'm like, oh, okay, all right. So they got the broken cage, the broken ring, and then they went through the cage.
Yeah.
All right, and then they go back, and then, like you said,
Kenny Omega goes to the pin, and Don Callis actually sounds with the back of a screwdriver, and because he turned on him, which is pretty odd to be honest. It was shocking for him to do that, because Kenny Omega was the one helping him, and that's the reason why they did that match too for Don Callis also.
I know. I'm like, oh, what the hell? So this guy turned on him or something? I'm like, I was like, oh, what happened? But, well, John Moxley got the win. So that's pretty good. So what do you think is next with this feud with John Moxley and Kenny Omega? Is that over? Then they switch to Kalisto, whatever his name is?
Until they still continue this feud, because now on Dynamite this Wednesday coming up in 2 days, Don Callis is supposed to speak with JR.
Oh, okay.
Why he turned on Kenny Omega.
Well, if Kenny Omega was fighting John Moxley because of Kalisto, whatever his name is, then why should they continue feuding?
Yeah, I guess.
Or maybe because there was, I don't know, maybe because he turned but I don't think John Moxley knew, right? Did he didn't know. So I'm curious to see what's going to happen.
Yeah. But that's going to be pretty good to watch, I guess.
All right.
That's it.
All right. Thank you for watching. And don't remember, if you like this video, go ahead and give us a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe. And like always, James has the social media stuff down in the description down below. Thank you for watching.